Well, good evening and thank you for joining us tonight, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I'm Jewell Hillery. Scott Simmons has the night off. We have the latest on State's first game in Omaha and another shooting in Jackson coming up. But first, let's go ahead and start things off tonight with meteorologist Christopher Pipkin with your weather first. Christopher, it turned out to be a fabulous Sunday and Father's Day for dads out there. Humid and hot, but you know that we can expect it this time of the year. Can look forward to a breeze. Thanks so much, Christopher. Well, Tropical Depression Claudette has now claimed 12 lives in Alabama as the storm swept across the southeastern U.S. this weekend. The system caused flash flooding and spurred tornadoes that destroyed hundreds of homes. 10 people, including 9 children, were killed in a 15-vehicle crash in Butler County, Alabama. Officers say the vehicles likely hydroplaned on the wet road. And back here at home, tragically on this Father's Day, one man is dead after an early morning shooting. This violent crime marks the 67th homicide this year in the capital city. Jackson police say 34-year-old Denzel Collins was found dead after he was shot multiple times and run over by a vehicle. Collins' body was found along I-55 East Frontage Road between McDowell Road and Daniel Lake Boulevard. We spoke to a Jackson resident about the uptick of violent crime in Jackson. He didn't want to identify himself.
It's senseless. It's senseless, and there's no explanation for it. But it's no consequences for it, and that's why it continues.
Since the beginning of 2021, Jackson police have investigated nearly 70 homicides. In recent days, the senseless violence has ended several lives. Police say 39-year-old John Martin was allegedly shot and killed by a motorcyclist on Thursday morning. That same afternoon, investigators say 28-year-old Nicholas Terry was shot and killed on Newport Street.
You can add all the programs you want, doing things for the youth, marching, but you're really not connecting with the people who are doing the shooting.
Death of Denzel Collins is under investigation. Police say no suspects or motive are currently known. United Airlines honored the Juneteenth weekend with a historic all-black flight crew from Texas to Chicago today. From dispatch to mechanics, crew members, and the pilots, the entirety of Flight 1258 was made up of African Americans. Good morning and thank you for waking up with us. I'm Jewell Hillery. We begin this morning with a live look over Washington, D.C. Welcome back, everyone. Well, designers of Plus Pool want to build a 285,000-gallon public pool on a floating island. That's my type of cool front. You know, if the 50s and 40s is as low as it's going to get, I can take that coming from Chicago where, you know, it can get really, really frigid. While we're still learning daily about COVID-19, it does appear that the highly contagious virus can live on just about anything, including our vehicle. A playoff game breaks a scoring record. The point total so high, the scoreboard literally couldn't keep up. Jeremy Roth has today's. Take a look at this. You know, either way, hard-boiled, roasted, fried, I don't want cicadas. It just does not sound appealing.
It would be fun to try. I mean,
you're more adventurous than me then, Kristana. You can have it. Tell me how they taste. I'm not doing it.
The one to watch. This is Jackson 16 WAPT News.
I'm Jewell Hillery. We're going to send things straight over to meteorologist Kristana Kay, who joins us now with weather first. Kristana, a fabulous day in store, right? Well, family and friends of a shooting spree victim gathering to honor his life. 16 WAPT Cecil Hannibal spoke to mourners who say the victim had a lasting impact on the community. Well, he's been charged with 10 felonies, including capital murder and armed robbery. And what we still don't know is why this happened, which is what investigators are likely trying to figure out right now. Well, 2 people are in custody for shooting a man in Vicksburg. Officers arrested Shaderick Ross and Michaela Harris for shooting 21-year-old Nicholas Murray. It happened just after 6 last night at the intersection of DeWitt and Letitia Streets. No word on Murray's condition. And former Hinds County Sheriff Victor Mason has passed away. The Hinds County coroner confirmed the news Friday night. Mason had battled prostate cancer for nearly 3 years. Before being the sheriff from 2016 to 2020, Mason was a longtime Jackson police officer. Mason also played drums in a local funk band. He was 64 years old. The sheriff's office releasing this statement just on Twitter. saying, "We are deeply saddened to hear of the recent passing of former Hinds County Sheriff Victor Mason. Our prayers and condolences are extended to his family and friends during this difficult time. May you all have peace and understanding. We are thankful for his service." And a former JPS teacher is accused of inappropriate physical conduct with a student. JPS leaders say Collins Robinson, a 7th grade teacher at Bailey APAC Middle School, was arrested Thursday. Robinson is charged with sexual battery. JPS leaders say Robinson was put on administrative leave May 6th during the investigation. He's no longer employed with JPS. And Jackson City leaders announcing a temporary pump is expected to be completely installed at the Sywell Road well. City leaders said the new temporary pump would be worked on through the night at Sywell Road to help get the water back on. City engineers say they encountered a delay in replacing the pump after the replacement malfunctioned. Thousands of Jackson water customers are still seeing little to no water pressure.
My water pressure at home is real low, and
Once the temporary pump is in place at Sywell Road, the contractors will move on to assessing the TV Road well. Well, more news in Jackson's water crisis. The city will soon install new water meters. The city council just approved the new meters to replace those installed on the $90 million Siemens contract. Councilman Aaron Banks believes the new devices will be more accurate to make sure customers get their bills on time. Sustainability partners will install the new meters at customers' homes first in the next few days. And the Jackson City Council could make zoo employees a part of the city's official payroll during the next city council meeting. While the city searches for a new management company to run the zoo, its employees are essentially paid contractors. Many have been without benefits for nearly 2 years. That includes health and dental insurance. If this item on the agenda is passed, these zoo employees will have the same benefits as city employees. Jackson City Councilman DeKeither Stamp says this is long overdue.
Well, these employees.
The item on the agenda lists zookeepers, veterinary technicians, animal care supervisors, and the development director as the job titles under the city's compensation plan. The city council is set to meet this upcoming Tuesday. And turning now to the latest on the coronavirus here at home. Cases and deaths continuing to trend downward. The state health department is reporting 105 new cases along with 1 additional death. The state's total number of cases is now more than 316,000, and there have now been more than 7,200 lives lost to the virus. And all week we've been answering your questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. We've talked about the vaccine's impact on pregnancy, protection against variants, DNA concerns, and much more. Dr. Dobbs tells us what the vaccine will accomplish. Here are the latest vaccination numbers. The state health department is reporting more than 1.8 million administered doses. More than 1 million are first doses, with more than 878,000 Mississippians now fully vaccinated, and nearly 2 million doses have been distributed. Well, federal student loan payments are set to resume on October the 1st. Those with loan payments received a 19-month suspension to provide financial relief during the pandemic. No payments have been required on federal loans since March of 2020. Interest stopped adding up during that time as well. The pause on payments and the interest waiver only apply to federally held loans. However, that covers about 85% of student loans. And for the latest on COVID-19 updates, including reopenings and the ongoing vaccine rollout, download our mobile app or visit WAPT.com. All right, the time right now is just about 10 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour, and Kristana is back with another look at our fantastic Saturday forecast. Hey, Kristana. Well, coming up, the ceasefire overseas draws a temporary stop to the violence. What new problems are now happening in the U.S. in the aftermath of the agreement? And summer travel is underway. Ways you can make sure you're getting the best deals. We'd like to introduce you now to Time's Kid of the Year. This is 15-year-old Colorado high school student Jitanhali Rao. She's a young scientist who has used artificial intelligence and created apps to tackle contaminated drinking water, cyberbullying, opioid addiction, and other social problems. For 92 years, Time has presented a Person of the Year. A high school football playoff game breaks a scoring record. The point total so high the scoreboard literally couldn't keep up. Jeremy Roth has today's. Take a look at this. All right, and now back to earth. Adam joins us with an update on our Sunday forecast.
Jewel.
Thanks so much, Adam. Well, boxing fans dreaming of seeing Mike Tyson in the ring again will have their dreams come true tonight. The former world heavyweight champion is set to fight another legend, Roy Jones Jr. Jones says going head-to-head with Tyson is his dream come true. The fight is set to take place at the Staples Center in LA. Not too much that we can say other than looking forward to it, right? All right, and this story will make you smile. A Mississippi girl getting the honor of seeing her face on a cereal box as part of a campaign for children's hospitals. 16-year-old Aubrey Armstrong of Oxford got to be featured on Cheerios boxes. All right, not looking forward to that, but we'll do what we can to brace it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll have more news and weather at 8. Have a good one.